Once, in a small village near the edge of a thick forest, there lived a poor woodcutter named Rahim. His days were filled with toil, his axe over his shoulder, his two tired mules at his side, and his calloused hands busy cutting wood from dawn till dusk. He lived with his wife, Safia, and his two children, Ayan and Meher. For 20 long years, Rahim had swung his axe against the stubborn trees, bundled firewood, and carried it to the town to sell. Yet, no matter how hard he worked, his family's bowels were never truly full. Poverty clung to them like a shadow. Safia often whispered at night, "Perhaps one day, Allah will bless us with ease." Rahim would sigh, "I rise before the rooster crows. I sleep only when the stars rule the sky." But still, nothing changes. By the time Ayan was 15 and Meher 12, they too followed their father into the forest. Ayan tried to lift logs with his young arms, while Meher carried small bundles on her head. Still, their family's situation did not improve. One winter morning, when the cold mist still hugged the roofs, Rahim simply lay in bed. He stared at the cracked ceiling beams, unmoving. "Wake up, Rahim," Safia said, startled. "The sun will soon rise. The forest waits." But Rahim turned his face to the wall. His voice was strangely calm. "I have decided. I will not go to the forest today." Safia blinked. "Are you ill?" "No, I am done. For 20 years I worked like an ox. And what do we have? A leaky roof, torn clothes, and empty pots. Fate has mocked me long enough. If destiny wants to favor me, let it come to my door. I will not chase it anymore." Safia's heart sunk. "But Rahim, if you lie here, we will starve. Our children. They will learn what I have learned," he interrupted bitterly. "Hard work means nothing when fate has shut its eyes." That day, for the first time in his life, Rahim did not rise with the sun. By afternoon, a man from the neighboring village knocked on their door. His name was Farid, a sly trader who was known to deal in secrets more than goods. "Peace be upon you, Sister Safia," he greeted with a smile. "Is your husband home?" Safia hesitated but then led him to Rahim's room. Farid bent down and whispered, "Brother Rahim, I need your mule for a small errand. I will pay you well." Rahim waved his hand lazily. "Take it. But I will not move from this bed." Farid smirked. "As you wish." He took one mule and disappeared into the fields. What Rahim did not know was that Farid had heard rumors of a treasure buried near the old fig tree, a treasure once belonging to the Sultan's treasury. With a greedy heart, Farid dug feverishly until his shovel struck iron. He uncovered heavy sacks filled with gold coins and jewels. "This is mine now," he whispered, his eyes glowing. He loaded the sacks onto Rahim's mule and hurried back. But on the road, two royal guards appeared in the distance. Fear stabbed through Farid's chest. If caught, he would surely be executed. Panicked, he abandoned the mule and fled into the marshlands. The mule, loyal and wise from years of service, simply turned and walked home, its back sagging under the weight of stolen treasure. When Safia saw the mule standing at their doorway, panting under the burden of sacks, she gasped. "What is this?" she murmured, touching the rough rope tied around the bundles. She called out, "Rahim, come quickly. Our mule has returned, but look, it carries heavy sacks." Rahim grunted from his bed. "Leave me, woman. Fate brings nothing but misery." But Safia, determined, cut open one sack with a kitchen knife. A stream of gold coins spilled onto the dusty floor, shining like captured sunlight. She dropped the knife in shock. Rahim, look with your own eyes. Allah has blessed us. Rahim sat up, his jaw slack. Am I dreaming? Safia laughed through her tears. No, my husband. This is real. Rahim sprang to his feet, clutching the coins in his hands, his eyes wild with sudden joy. Do you see, Safia? I was right. Fate itself has bowed to me. All my life I chased her, and now she has come crawling to my door. In a matter of weeks, Rahim transformed from a poor woodcutter into the richest man in our village. He built a tall house with carved wooden balconies, bought silken clothes, and hired servants. Meher whispered to her mother, "Will father be kind now that we have everything?" Safia sighed. Pray that he remembers who we once were. But Rahim did not remember. His heart, once humble, grew proud. When Safia suggested giving food to hungry villagers, he laughed harshly. Why should I? Did anyone feed me when I starved? This treasure is mine. Mine alone. It is not God's gift, it is my triumph over fate itself. Even Ayan tried to reason with him. Father, we should share. Didn't you always teach me that a man's honor lies in his generosity? Rahim's face hardened. Honor lies in victory, boy. And I have won. But fate, though delayed, is never absent. Word soon reached the Sultan that his treasure had been stolen. His soldiers traced the abandoned digging site, then followed the mule's tracks straight to Rahim's mansion. Rahim was dragged before the Sultan's court. The hall was vast, with marble pillars and burning torches. The Sultan sat upon his throne, his gaze sharp as a hawk's. Rahim, the Sultan said, how does a poor woodcutter come to own my treasure? Rahim trembled but spoke boldly, I found it. Or rather, it found me. I lay in my bed, and fate delivered it to my door. Surely, it is mine by destiny. The court erupted in murmurs. The Sultan raised his hand for silence. Then he leaned forward, his voice low but firm. Foolish man. Fate does not favor the idle. Wealth that arrives without sweat is a test, not a blessing. You took what was never yours, and in your pride, you claimed victory over destiny. That arrogance is your downfall. The Sultan ordered the treasure to be seized. Rahim's house was torn down, his silks stripped away, and his servants dismissed. Once more, Rahim and his family returned to their old hut, poorer than before. The next morning, Rahim lifted his axe with trembling hands and returned to the forest. Ayan and Meher followed silently. For the first time in many years, Rahim swung his axe not with bitterness, but with a quiet understanding. The forest's echo seemed to whisper to him. True wealth is not in what falls into your lap, but in what you build with your hands. That night, he sat with his family under the stars. His voice was softer than it had ever been. Safia, he said, forgive me. I was blind. I thought treasure could replace effort. But now I know the only treasure that lasts is the bread earned with sweat, the love we share, and the peace that comes from gratitude. Safia touched his arm gently. At last, Rahim, you see what I always prayed you would. And from that day onward, though their life remained simple, Rahim worked with a grateful heart. He taught Ayan and Meher that luck may visit a man once, but true dignity is found only in honest labor. If you enjoy this moral story, please like the video and subscribe my channel.